Lance Russell, and Corey Macklin.
Well, here we are, huh?
Thank you, Jimbo. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jimmy Hart, in the studio there at Memphis Wrestling here tonight, and I'm down here with Lance Russell. What in the world are you doing?
That's one way we get you down here.
You may keep me a little longer down here.
Listen, we got to get this stuff in.
We do.
I don't want to miss any of the things that we've got lined up for it. We had intended last week on having it, but the special week we did not have it, and that is the kind of unusual matches that the fans really enjoyed throughout the entire Mid-South. And one of the things that we mentioned was the scaffold match. It originated right here, Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky, just right up Interstate 40 from Memphis or 65. In Louisville at the old Louisville Gardens. You remember that building?
Absolutely.
In one of those matches,
the king of them.
Bill Dundee, the superstar, up on the scaffold. You know, Dundee told me later, he said, man, that scaffold was so high. We first thought it was going to go like 2 levels. Then Jerry said, no, let's make it another level. It's not high enough. So 3 levels up there. He said, man, and there I am sitting there. The people up at the top in general admission, I can see them eye level, right? So you didn't need a ringside seat for a scaffold match. If you had a general admission seat, you were right there on the action, man.
You can see it. It was so exciting because, believe me, one time in the Mid-South Coliseum, before the matches, before the people ever got, I got down there early enough. They had the scaffold set up
already.
Because you couldn't set it up, at the last minute. It had to be set up.
Exactly.
And I climbed up there on that thing to see.
On the top? Were you on the very top?
Listen, let me tell you, I got up there and kept looking down. I was peeking over, good night. And we got up to the top, and I didn't slide out. I said, okay, I get the idea. Man, it looks like it. It's like being on a 40-foot diving board in a little old swimming pool down below. That's what it is.
Well, like one of those store-bought swimming pools I mentioned.
That's just one of the kind of matches.
Coal miner's glove match. You remember those coal miner gloves?
Do I remember? That's the one, and for you folks that don't remember, you missed a great one. Maybe they'll have some more sometime. They had a glove up on top of the pole. It was just a regular big old workman's glove, but it had metal slugs placed across the knuckle, and the guy who got up there and brought it down could legally use it in the match, and it was a surefire lights out.
Immediately. How about the cage matches? There's so many different types of cage matches that took place. And, all of these matches started right here in Memphis Wrestling Land.
Yeah.
That was the amazing thing. Remember those barbed wire fence matches?
Woo, man.
Where they put those barbed wire fences all around the ring there?
Just being down to it to broadcast or do the ring announcing and all, I hated to be around that stuff because that barbed wire, it could reach out and grab you.
I remember when they used to set it up, they used to have gloves.
Yeah.
They had gloves on. All the ring crew had gloves on to put it around. No, you can say that again. Those lumberjack matches where all the wrestlers would be outside of the ring with those straps. That was another big match. And I'll tell you another match that was later made famous. And, Lance, I couldn't wait to get down here to ask you about this. Was that big match that everybody talks about all over the world still today. It was about it wasn't originally planned to be this type of match. It wasn't booked. But it ended up in a concession stand down in Tupelo, Mississippi. What about that?
I guess if there's one thing, there's two things. One of them, when Jerry Lawler and Sam Bass tore my suit off, and the other one is
your Baxter suit.
Yeah. The concession stand match is the other thing that everybody, I don't care where you are in the country, they'll ask you about that concession stand match.
And we've got some footage on that concession stand.
I'll have a look at that.
I want to.
I know it. We'll edit it back in. Okay, can you get it rolling? What you're looking at is the wildest fight we've seen. Latham and Ferris and Dundee and Lawler in the concession stand, all 4 of them bleeding, pounded each other. Lawler, fired a gallon jug. They're banging away. Watch out, Mike. Dundee with Latham and Lawler with Ferris. Oh, there's mustard all over us. I hope it didn't get in the camera. The referee trying to get him stopped. Dundee right on top of Latham, right below us. We are on the stairs leading down to the concession stand. What a brawl! I've never seen anything like it. Now they're trying to get somebody in to help stop this thing. This is just totally out of hand. Latham and Ferris, Waller and Dundee in the concession stand at the Tupelo Sports Arena, brawling all over the concession stand. A gallon bottle has been thrown, glass on the floor. Waller slams Ferris with a stool, and again, Waller rattles the pan around. Dundee on the far side being stomped on the concrete. Can you get it? With Latham. In 27 years of it, I've never seen a battle like this. And Waller trying to be strangled by Ferris, while Dundee with a mop wailing Latham. Promoter Jerry Jarrett, although he is not a promoter here, trying to get him to stop. He's got Dundee separated. Waller, Latham having been racked up by that mop handle, Dundee going after him. It's just a street brawl. Jerry Jarrett with referee Jerry Calhoun. Jarrett trying to get it all stopped. Dundee picks up a table. Everything broken up. They're falling all over. Mustard everywhere. Ferris laying in the middle of the floor. Dundee rushed out of there. Lawler trying to grab the belt. Does away from Jerry Calhoun. Eddie Marlin, Herman Sheffield, the promoter, and Jerry Jarrett got them separated.
Man, you were there calling all the action. I heard you directing the camera guy and everything. How did you get in there without getting all the mustard and ketchup? Not on you.
Well, we really were on the stairs, and I was leaning inside of it.
You were there with a staircase there.
There was a stairwell that came down from where we broadcast the Tupelo matches, and we were leaning around and didn't get down on the floor. Thank goodness. Whoa.
Say that again. What a brawl. Tupelo concession stand with Wayne Ferris and Larry Latham, those blonde bombers also. Yeah. I'll tell you what, boy, this opening the vaults of Memphis Classic Wrestling, I've enjoyed it each and every week right here on our Memphis Wrestling Prime Time. Sure the fans enjoy it. What are you going to have next week, buddy?
I got to tell you, you can't enjoy them any more than I have, because I really have had a lot of fun with this. And what we've got next week is one probably that as many people, more people worldwide talked about, because it involved the world-famous comedian Andy Kaufman.
Uh-oh.
And so that's what we're going to be talking about next week. And we'll look at some of that footage.
All right.